Let's talk a little bit of football. One of the things I really like hearing about is the questions in these interviews that these players get. I'll throw out some of these questions that come up when you look up the craziest questions that athletes have been asked by some of these NFL teams. One guy got asked, "Do you find your mother attractive?"
Wow.
So what in that situation do you think is the right answer to give that they're looking for? Do you find your mom attractive?
I mean, you gotta light heart that.
You gotta be like, I got her genes. She gotta be beautiful.
Yeah, you gotta light heart that. It's a stupid question, but you gotta light heart that.
And what do you think they're trying to get out of that question?
That's a good question. Why the fuck are they asking that question? I don't know, bro. That's weird. That's part of
All
the
right,
evaluation.
Another follow-up mom question that Des Bryant actually got: Is your mother a prostitute?
Oh shit. Who's
So what do
writing?
you what do you do if some dude across from you says, "So is your mom a prostitute?"
Who's right? These are like questions my uncle Kevin would write.
Maybe they're trying to test, like, is he going to punch you in the face?
Yeah, it has to be testing your temperament, your emotion.
Your
It has to be.
loyalty? Is it testing your loyalty or your temperament and your ability to control your temper?
No, that's what it is. That's what it is. You just saw. I wasn't even thinking that way because I was too blown away that the kind of question asking. But that's what it is. It's a test. It's a psychological test.
What's the right response? If someone asks me that, it's a football guys, right? They want loyalty. You're going to protect your quarterback. Do they want you to punch them or do they want you to control your temper?
Well, that depends on your position. If you're a defensive lineman, maybe. If you're a punter.
Another one that was asked was, what would be your murder weapon of choice?
Wow. Did they ask Aaron Hernandez that? did they ask him that?
I think they may have said, if you were to commit a murder, would it be a knife or a gun?
Oh.
You got to go gun. Unless it's personal, then you got to go knife.
Yeah, but if they leave it open and they'd be like, what's your murder weapon of choice? You got to say like a football. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, but if they say knife or gun, you got to say gun because if you say knife, you're a fucking psychopath.
Another one is, would you rather be a cat or a dog?
Well, a cat is a cat. You equate that to female. Well, I do. A dog is man's best friend. A dog is loyal. A dog, you know what I mean? I equate that to masculine would be a dog because you got that dog in you. You got that fight in you. A cat, you're just fucking tiptoeing around all quiet. I don't want a football player that acts like a cat. You know what I mean?
Another one was, a bus is speeding on a mountain. Where on the bus would you want to be sitting?
Well, definitely not in the front. Definitely not in the front. How does that pertain to football? That's what I'm like trying to decipher here. You're saying you're in the middle with everybody? Are you saying that you're in the front line? Like I'll take that hit first. I'll be in the front. I'll just go down. You know what I mean?
If you're a running back, you should say, I'm in the back. Everybody's blocking for me.
Yeah. Or you're just saying I'm in the back. Fuck everybody. Hopefully I make it. You know what I'm saying? If we go off the cliff.
All right. So this one was, are you afraid of clowns? I think the only answer is yes.
Yeah, you got to be afraid of clowns. That's
if you're not afraid of clowns, then you are a psychopath.
Whatever that fear is called, I'll bring my kids in the room right now. They'll tell me that's one of my fears, and that goes from poltergeist. Remember poltergeist?
Under the bed.
Under the bed. And the crazy shit was after I saw that movie, I had to be 6 or 7 years old. I don't even know. After I saw that movie, for that Christmas, my grandmother bought me a clown. It was like a clown. I swear to God. And it just spooked me. I freaked out when I saw it. It didn't last long in my house. I just think if you become a clown, what kind of shit are you into anyway? Like, you know what I mean? How did your career go that way?
So another question was, would you share your internet history with us? Would you?
Every single person is going to say no. Every single person is going to. I mean,
Dwight Howard would say no.
Dwight Howard has to say no. He's incognito mode like a motherfucker. Dwight Howard's incognito all over Google. You're asking a young man that question. That ain't fair. That's not.
It's
You know what I
not.
mean?
Although I did like the response I saw from the guy was he's like, sure, because really all I'm into is food. He was like an offensive lineman.
That's
He's
one.
looking up food. It's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good answer, and he's just saying that to see if you call his bluff or not.
The next one is what color is chocolate?
Hmm.
Don't jump ahead on this.
How does that pertain to football? Chocolate is brown. It could be white.
Because white chocolate is not. My wife always tells me because I like white chocolate. Pause
Yeah,
is that it's not really chocolate. I get it. Cocoa beans,
yeah,
chocolate,
yeah,
brown. But yeah, I don't know what that has to do with football.
yeah. How do we do? Is there like a guide that tells us how?
How you should answer this?
Or what is the meaning of football in that question? I would like to know, actually.
Boxers or briefs is gets asked.
Boxers or briefs? That's another one. Why? How does that pertain to? Did Dwight Howard write that one?
And one guy was asked, "Do you have both testicles?"
Oh Jesus!
This one, how many ways could you use a brick in a minute? I think they're trying to sniff out drug dealers.
I guess I guess that has to do with creativity they're questioning, or they're questioning their if they're giving you a minute, they're giving you a time period. See if you think fast, if you come up with multiple answers with a brick. Because the first thing you're gonna say is hit somebody, and then the second thing you're gonna say is build a wall. You know what I mean? That's
Paperweight,
yeah. Where do you go from there? I don't know.
door stopping. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Doorstop.
What team do you pick in Madden? So first of all, what team do you pick in Madden?
I picked the Miami Dolphins in Madden. That's
Oh,
why.
word?
And if I can't get them because in the leagues I play in, if somebody has them, I go to the Chiefs. I use Mahomes, or in Madden, I'm going to use Miami because I use Tyreek Hill.
And this upcoming season, you're gonna when you and I face off on the new Madden, you're going Miami.
I'm going with Miami, yes, because if that's just a face off, I get to choose. I'm going with Miami. I think they have a big season. If to a Lova thing with the fingers. Remember his fingers? Yeah. If he can avoid that and he has a big season, they're gonna put up points, bro. They're gonna be up there with Buffalo.
Although I'm a Bengals fan, I actually use the Chargers a lot.
Chargers is a good team. I've used them with Eckler, and yeah, I've used that team.
Eckler's nice.
Yep,
Keenan Allen and Mike Williams,
yep.
Herbert. You got to get rid of the ball fast because they didn't have much of a line, and their defensive line is not great. But also, you could rush the passer with Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa from either side. And then, so if you're being interviewed by a team, do you tell the team that you picked them?
No, because that's too predictable. You know what I mean? The Giants asked me a question, who do you use in Madden? I'm gonna say the Giants. Nobody fucking uses the Giants in Madden,
Right.
except diehard Giant fans that are gonna get smoked in Madden.
You know who another team that's nice to use is the Browns. Because on paper, the Browns have, wide receiver may be lacking a little, but the Browns have a lot.
Everybody runs with Nick Chubb.
Yeah, you got Deshaun Watson, you got a decent offensive line, you got a good defensive line, Myles Garrett, you got a good secondary. Other one that jumped out was if you could kill someone and not get caught, would you?
You got come on, man. You
Yes.
gotta say no. You gotta say no.
You gotta say no, right?
Yeah. If you say yes, they're gonna either send you for further evaluation or they're just not gonna call you back. They don't want that in the locker room.
But
Bro.
the truth is, like, these guys, I think they want to evaluate, like, do you think you're above the law when you get to the league? Because we talked about this earlier. Some guys do. And they want to know, like, do you think, like, all of a sudden you're gonna be given such protection? What are you gonna do with that? If you knew you wouldn't get caught with murder, would you do it? Because you're going to be in a lot of situations where that mentality, if I could get away with this, is going to apply.
Yeah, well, murder. Yeah, murder is extreme. If you say yes to that, that means you'll steal the Super Bowl ring out of the Hall of Fame if nobody's looking. You'll steal out of the locker room. You know what I mean? If somebody leaves something there, they're telling you. If you don't get caught, what would you do? If they're scoping you out for their football team, football needs a certain set of characteristics. It needs a certain set of a certain aggression. You need intellect. You need split-second decision making. So they need to find all that out about you. So I guess these cryptic questions are some way that they could do it. Obviously, it's a professional team. It's a business. They have some kind of psychologist writing these up.
Do you think, because this has been suggested before, some guys don't want the smart guy that's contemplative, that's really thinking through the questions. Some football guys don't want that. It's been suggested before, very similar to the military. We don't want people that are going to ask questions. We want guys that are going to take direction. Go block that guy. Not be like, well, I was kind of thinking. That's the other part. Like, I don't know that you could sit there and put together a manual that says this is what every team is looking for in these answers, because I think it comes to the team, to the coaching staff, but also it's hard to predict what they're taking away from each of these. But end of the day, these questions are all wild.
You don't want them to ask too many questions. You don't want them to be too headstrong because you want to bring them into a system. They need to be system adaptable. So if they're too set in their ways or set in their beliefs, they're not coming to you NFL system ready. So you have to be able to mold these guys. That just comes with being a team. You know what I mean? You need parts of a team. You need parts to operate certain ways. So you have to be system adaptable. That's more of the test. The test is, can this guy come in here, learn, follow the rules, follow the system, follow the playbook for success?